That was Tom Waits doing Old 55. All right. Well, let's see. I have one more inductee. About 20 minutes to fill. I could sit here and list the people that he's performed with, which goes way back to, in my research, the first record I could find him as a musician on, piano player, was by Kate Smith.
Whoa.
And he's still alive today. In fact, he's nominated for a Grammy this year. And he's played with Kate Smith, Frank Sinatra. In fact, who was the band leader for Frank Sinatra? I can't remember. The orchestra leader? You guys are a lot of help. Very famous band leader, but he was the piano player in that band back in the late 50s and 60s. And he's had several albums of his own. The song I'm going to play for you today is, by my estimation, and it's usually pretty accurate and damn good, one of the best love songs ever written. He probably came into his biggest share of fame when he was the band leader and orchestrated the Joe Cocker's Mad Dogs and Englishmen tour. And a couple of years after that, he was the band leader and musician for George Harrison's Concert for Bangladesh. He's performed with Willie Nelson. Almost everybody has had this man on one of their albums.
And who is it?
And he recently, this year, got a phone call from Elton John and said, "You have been my idol my whole life. Would you collaborate with me on an album?" And he did, and it's double platinum. And again, the main song from the album is nominated for Song of the Year, Grammy this year. And I can't believe you don't know who it is.
Sammy Kahn.
Sammy Kahn.
Guess not.
Leon Russell. And I know there's that look of bewilderment that overcomes you every time we talk about real music. But the song we're going to play today is called A Song for You. And if you have loved ones, are in love, ever hope to be in love, or just love your Buck and Chuck, please pay attention to this song. I'm Russell, and I'm just, well, not only am I dumb, I'm dumbfounded that you've never heard of Leon Russell.
I'm sorry, I'm just a young pup.
Well, no, you're not.
I mean, you lost me with the Kate Smith thing.
You're
I never heard of
68
that.
years old. Okay, well, anyway, that wraps up our tribute to this year's inductees of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And if by any miracle we're still on board next year at this time, we'll do it again.
Well, no,
In fact, the only way we can be here is if we get inducted.
and folks, I hope you would take note of the fact that Chuck put a lot of work into selecting the songs today and doing a lot of research, and which he always does on every show. But I mean, he's done another fine job, and we certainly want to take this opportunity. Thank you for your efforts.
Well, it's a labor.
Here on the Feeling All Right with Chuck show.
It's a labor of love, Chuck. Well, we're going to do a quick word from our sponsor, Tommy Johnson, and then I'll be back with a couple of closing remarks and a couple of songs you don't hear every day.
Spin the wind.
Can't wait to have you back from Florida. See if you've survived 7 days at Disney World.
M-I-C.
I'm pretty, yeah. See you real soon. Hi, Mickey. All right, I'm going to wrap things up here with a couple of songs. One of them is in honor of my recent engagement to be married. It's called What a Wonderful World, and it's by Sam Cooke. Not to be confused with the schmaltzy, no-count version that Herman's Hermits did and ruined the song. But this is the real version by the author, Wonderful World by Sam Cooke.
The views expressed by Chuck are not necessarily those of the station.
Oh, I know. You were 4 feet from Peter Noon one day. Therefore, it's the best music you ever heard. Okay, and then we're going to follow that up by another Tom Waits song, which I hope you'll listen to it. It's really something, and I'm pretty sure that he was under the influence of something when he was singing this, but it's called The Piano Has Been Drinking. So thank you very much for tuning in to edition 32 of Feeling All Right with Buck and Chuck, and we'll catch you next week. And I believe we're going to have a Catawba character on next week. I will. Let me say one more thing. Don't forget to catch our January 20th show. I don't know what number that'll be, but we have a very, very special guest. Our friend, the Doc of Rock, and who I have come to find out has another nickname that he's tried to hide, and that's Johnny Golden. So be sure you listen to that show, and that'll be broadcast somewhere towards the end of January. I get my days screwed up.
So Happy New Year to all you folks out there. Drive safely. Be careful. Don't forget the, get your designated drivers all lined up, and be safe so we can have you back here again next week.
In the words of the immortal John Anderson, when you get on the whiskey, let somebody else run.